있습니다. Hello, Internet! We have returned for another episode of something here on the Praetors Rejects Twitch channel. This one will be the actual conclusion to the Bleak Harvest adventure that we have been running for Halloween, essentially. Oh, no, it's going to be one way or the other. You all are pretty much at the end.
Cool.
A module that our friends and sponsors over at Total Party Kill Games, hey, go check out their website. They got all kinds of cool stuff. And that being said, players, go ahead and introduce your OG Dragon Heist characters and all that kind of fun stuff, and we'll get started.
Hello,
my name is Osric Thornbottom, and I am investigating an interplanar invasion. That's all you need to know about me right now.
Hello, this one's name is Lionel Straightero. This one is a ranger of the Tabaxi type.
And I am Caleb, playing Genmare, the Elven Cleric of Torm.
I am Alex. I play Abdel, the Goliath Barbarian, who's wearing a full suit and has a very majestic wig on.
And I'm Sammy. I play Grayax Oldak, the red dragonborn Path of the Ancient, or Oath of the Ancient Paladin.
Who is a fucking child.
Yeah, 17.
You mean Chad.
That too.
No, call it.
Sigma male.
Yeah, and I am Jeff, also known as Kingbashman here on the channel. I am the DM for this group, for this adventure, and the actual campaign that we have going on, usually on Thursdays, Tales from the Yawning Portal. But we decided to mix it up a little bit and have these guys revisit their OG Dragon Heist characters for this adventure that is a descent into madness and chaos. So, yay, fun. So, let's see. Where did you all leave off? Oh, yes, you killed the werewolf. Yes.
And the wolf.
Yeah, the wolf wasn't really that big of a... yeah. Namely, you killed the werewolf. So, the gamekeeper breathes his last and tells you all to put an end to the madness and the chaos that has plagued this estate for quite some time now, it seems. You seem to remember him kind of directing you all to a grove type of area that rests on the estate. And you all kind of like look over and you start seeing like strange colored lights that's barely off in the distance, starting to light up an area. And you're almost certain that that would be the grove area that he directed you towards. The coincidence, it just all adds up. He pointed that way. Strange lights, weird happenings upon the estate. You all just have this feeling that that's the way that you all should go.
Is that to the south?
It is kind of to the northeast.
Oh, okay.
Okay. How's everybody feeling wound-wise?
Mood-wise?
Wound. Are you
Wound.
hurt?
Oh.
A little bit.
I could use a bit of a pick-me-up, I suppose. If you have the resources to spare. I mean, I can take care of myself, you know. You know me, I'm scrappy type. But if you happen to... You know what, don't worry about it. I'm doing just fine.
How hurt are you, Abdel?
Almost half.
Almost half. So you could take about 20 lay on hands?
I mean, I'll take it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Boys, get a room.
Grandmare, are you okay?
I took a little damage. 12 of my 76 HP is missing.
I'll give you 5 back.
Okay.
Well, you know.
Osric will cast.
This one is doing quite well, thank you. No
Osric
damage
will
yet.
cast Cure Wounds on himself.
Not a bad roll.
So, Abdel.
Hmm?
Go ahead and add another 10.
Another 10? Okay.
Yeah. Back to your
I'm
health.
looking fairly healthy now.
Good. Because I'm out of lay on hands now, so.
Yeah. One thing I learned about Zosa, you gotta keep those points on standby. I kept on.
For Yawning Portal.
I kept on giving what's his name, Borg, like 1 hit point just to keep him up, and then he could make a swing and then get knocked down. I'd give him 1 more, and then he'd make a swing and then he'd get knocked down again. And that, thematically, that must have been hell, like RP wise.
Yeah, could you imagine?
But
Get up.
damage output wise,
Yeah.
brilliant.
You made me bleed my own blood. Oh.
So I guess let's do a little bit of healing to everybody and then head towards the glowy green light.
Can we, before we go, can we search the little building? There was this man had a little house. I'm gonna poke my head in there and see if I can find anything interesting.
Go ahead.
Yeah, see if you can
Keep
find any
walking outside.
hairs.
So Osric will ingress into the home.
Did the werewolf turn back into his like human self?
Yes.
Okay.
Osric is looking for any signs of arcane knowledge. This guy mentioned that he had arcane knowledge, so Osric is definitely looking for something like a spell book, as well as any arcane rituals, paperwork. He's looking for any information or any sign that there's nefarious activity of an arcane nature or an eldritch nature.
Abdel's gonna start digging a hole.
Does the former werewolf in his human form, do we recognize it?
Say that again.
Do we recognize the werewolf in human form now?
Yeah,
Does
it
look
was
like
it was the gamekeeper.
Anybody we knew?
Yeah, it was the gamekeeper that turned into the werewolf.
Oh, okay, that's right.
As you're kind of meandering about through the cottage, you see a lot of books regarding like different skills and trades as far as like living off the land and different types of I guess what you would consider more like pioneer cookbooks and things of the nature like that. You do find a notebook that he has been making notes and things in of like the strange happenings and like strange marks that he's found around the estate. And flipping through that, you don't see any type of anything that would give you any extra knowledge other than what you've already discovered yourself in the sanitarium already, or what's been told to you by the gamekeeper or other people already.
Osric will pocket the gamekeeper's journal, as well as what he thinks is probably the most interesting and useful homesteader's book. And he's also gonna pocket like a bunch of like snacks and jerky and stuff. Like if there's any food or like vegetables and spices and stuff, he's just gonna make a little go bag of all the good stuff that's in the house.
All right, as you're walking out, next to the door, kind of hanging on a nail, you see a like a silver horn-shaped object hanging on a leather cord.
Interesting.
Osric will use his mage hand to grab the object, see if anything happens or if it makes any noise. And if it doesn't, he'll bring it closer to him with the hand.
All right. Yeah, you grab it. Nothing happens.
Can I make an inspection and see if I can determine what it's used for?
It looks to be a type of a horn to like call, like a calling horn, or like a signaling horn.
Osric will take it outside and show it to the group. He'll say,
So I didn't find anything that would explain all of the crazy shit that's been going on around here. I did find some snacks for us, a bit of fresh meat, some bits of cheese. Hopefully that'll pick up our spirits in such a gloomy place. And also I found this, and he'll hold up this silver horn. And he'll say, I think it might be some sort of signal whistle, or maybe a signal horn. But I don't want to blow it yet, because I don't know, exactly what it calls out to. But thought maybe you guys might want to take a look at it. See if it might be useful to us. Otherwise, I'm just gonna hang on to it as a souvenir, I suppose.
I'm proficient with the horn.
Osric will hand it to Abdel.
I blow it instantly. No, it's just
Oh, no!
Dragon
just
flies in.
Okay, you blow the horn.
Roll for
I blow the
initiative.
whistle. Oh, I don't blow the horn.
That's good. 19 undead wolves
dragon
converge on
flies
your
in.
location.
This seems a lot similar to a certain magic item I also had in possession in a different campaign.
The
Uh-huh.
dragon snags your wig off your head and flies away.
Haha, mine now.
I bitch slap it. I just no. No.
My God.
I throw my great axe.
Fruitlessly.
Yeah. Just, does it look like a fine horn?
It looks like it's polished silver, but other
No
than
engravings or anything of the sort.
Mm-mm.
I just put it in my pocket.
that. Okay.
My suit pocket as it's halfway sticking out.
Well, I suppose we should go while we still have some semblance of daylight. Even though it's all overcast here.
What did the voice say to us, Jeff, as soon as we killed the werewolf? Or I think it's the werewolf that said it, but
I don't remember.
go
You're the only
go
one's
back
the
and watch the
module.
episode, man. Come on.
yeah, my bad. Jeff, where's your notes?
Yeah, Jeff,
I
you
have
always
them
took
here.
such impeccable notes.
So what was the question?
What did they say at the end of the last session?
He said to go and investigate the grove. He described strange markings around the estate, same as the one we found in the hallway.
That I was talking about at the end of the session when we killed him.
Oh, yeah, just the grove. I don't remember where it is, but I remember we have to go check it out.
We also had to be careful of traps. Because he did say that he had this place trapped, right?
Yes, he put traps everywhere.
Yeah, but he disabled them
Oh, okay.
when you all started talking.
Oh, what an idiot.
To the grove?
To the grove.
To the grove.
Yes. How big is this map? Is this map big enough to get us to the grove?
No. There's actually no map between here and to the grove. So
Speed travel.
speed travel, yeah. So
Auto run.
despite what Audric said, it is nighttime. Because the werewolf transformed when the moon came
Abdel
out.
just looks around. What, daylight?
It's so bright out. Good night.
You're walking, traversing through the land, headed towards the area that you believe to be the grove. Other than like strange creaking sounds or like weird wails ever so often, it's almost unsettling as to like how still and quiet this area of forest seems to be. Lionel, definitely you will notice, but everyone else will begin to notice that as you begin to venture closer to the area where this grove is established, you start to notice that the trees begin to start taking on more of a twisted and gnarled formation as you continue walking through. At first, it's very subtle, nothing out of the ordinary, but then as you continue walking, you just notice that it just gets progressively worse the closer you get to the grove. And you all continue pushing forth. Lionel, you hear a twig snap from behind a tree.
Snap his head towards the direction of the sound.
You turn to focus your gaze on this tree, and you see a silhouette of a figure moving behind the tree, and it begins to step forward towards you.
Bow up, string pulled.
Duke?
You knock an arrow and you ready your bow for an attack. And this creature steps out into what little bit of light there is coming from the moon, and you see a small in stature young tabaxi female.
Okay.
You kind of blink your eyes and you realize it's your sister.
This is not happening.
What is not happening?
This cannot be you. I'm sorry. This is an illusion of some sort. Lionel knows in his heart that you are not alive.
Oh, I never claimed to be alive.
Turning around, like where Lionel's looking, or do we see the same thing he's seeing? Like
Nope.
like a female tabaxi? We don't see anything, or
Nope. You see
Yeah, what
Lionel
happens
talking to
to
himself.
he's just hanging back from the group now, just pointing in a random direction.
He's talking too. Or do we not hear him talk?
Oh no, you hear him talk.
Okay.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to tell you always put so much effort into fighting fights that you don't need to. You just need to learn to take a break and relax. This is not your fight. You can walk away at any time.
When Lionel is ready, he will go back. At this moment, he must finish this quest. If you know anything about Lionel, you know that.
Yes, but this particular quest, sorry, I'm here to tell you, you're doomed to fail. Nothing's going to stop what's happening.
It will either end here for the one that is causing this, or it will end here for Lionel. For today is a good day to die.
If that's what you choose, then so be it. And she just
He said it.
disappears as you see her figure just kind of turn to smoke and slowly fade away.
You can see Lionel's is probably physically shaken. His bow is at his side, still in his left hand, but he's won't take his eyes off of where he thinks he saw what he saw.
Are you okay?
Osric, are you okay?
There was an apparition or something. It resembled my sister when we were teenagers, but Lionel knows it was just an illusion, something. But the things that she said, never mind. Let us go. We must be going.
Osric's face goes white when you mention your sister. I'm not sure if everybody knows what happened, but Osric knows.
I think he
'Cause it
swindled
was-
the whole party.
Okay. Osric says,
I'm sorry you had to see that.
Yes, well, it was for a purpose. I believe
Aye.
the evil in this area is responsible.
I think it's trying to pick at our weaknesses. Lionel, don't
This one,
let it get
please.
to you.
No, it has made me angrier than I already am.
he nods his head.
Don't let it cloud your judgment. We've got to be strong and emotionless. I know that can be difficult for some of us. But we've got to be able to prevail. This corruption is trying to target the weaknesses in our hearts, in our minds. We use
Sorry,
logic
Louis.
and lean on each other for help. We can see through these tricks and illusions and drive back the corruption. I'm sorry you had to see that, Lionel.
Yes, well, it was actually seeing her face again was a good memory.
Mm.
And he, excuse me, he reaches inside of his vest that he has on, and he pulls out a small 5-pipe lute. Looks like a pan flute. And he holds on to it just for a moment and then tucks it back inside of his vest.
Osric smiles. He thinks back to a time. It seems like it was so complicated back then, but now it seems like a simpler time. strangely. It was all the way back when we were like 4th level or something, and we were up in the balcony, and we were playing music. You were playing on the flute, and Osric was playing on a 3-string lute that he had. And it was late at night, and you two just played into the night up in that little belfry tower where you lived. And Osric thinks of that and smiles.
If no one objects, let us go and finish this.
They can't mess with me. I got nothing up here.
Right.
Big brain.
Except a big brain.
Big old brain.
Brain.
Nell's going to take off into the forest wherever his sister appeared and push past where it was and keep going towards the lights.
Okay. Also, thank you for the follow, Nasalandra. Welcome to the Rejects. Okay. So you all continue towards the grove. Wrong window. Very well. There it is. All right. Let me. Let's go ahead. Share that out.
This place is a prison.
It's a prison, Morty.
Good area, guys.
Morty.
Get all these. Clear
Abdel, take that
initiative.
ridiculous mask off your face.
Huh?
Oh yeah, your token still has.
It's not a mask. It's the real me.
Right.
It's not a face.
It's not even Halloween anymore, Abdel.
What in the goddamn fuck did you just say to me?
Lionel suggests we spread out once in the grove.
But the +5.
Osric will stay in
We're locked.
the tree line.
Uh-oh.
He will remain hidden, if at all possible.
All right. You will make your way towards this this grove. A clearing roughly 100 feet in diameter opens before you. As you step into it, a wave of vertigo briefly possesses you, forcing your knees to buckle as your vision shimmers. Steadying yourself, you realize the strange marks you noticed previously around the estate have been carved into every tree around the perimeter of this place. An overpowering stench, a combination of decay, blood, and something obscene poisons the air. Expectation hangs thick, as if the land itself holds its figurative breath for what is to come.
Ugh.
Is the glowing greenness anywhere? Isn't that what we saw, right, from the distance?
Wasn't necessarily green. You do see, like this area just kind of has like an otherworldly, like glow to it.
Okay. I mean, Grayax is going to immediately begin walking to the center.
I've got you covered.
The front lines moved together.
Trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. So
Osric will take the hide action, and then he will ready an action to fire on hostiles with his short bow.
All right, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
let's see.
Okay.
Osric basically turns invisible.
No.
You feel pretty stealthy. Up. Yeah, hold on. Damn it. Where did it go? There we go. All right.
Leonella's going to pass, or pass. He's going to cast Pass Without a Trace on himself.
And you walking up.
All right.
Almighty evils, show yourself.
Very well. All right. Tokens are locked. No more movement at the time. As you venture forth, Grey Axe and Abdul, off in the distance, you see a large, like, very, very, grotesque and mangled, gnarled looking tree. And standing in front of it, kind of chanting out, you see Deokar. He's chanting something, and around the area you notice like there's like a lot of just incapacitated, probably dead bodies kind of scattered about.
Like the page. How many?
Easily more than 15.
Okay.
And he starts he's chanting something, and he turns and notices you all approaching, and he calls out like, come, my noble sacrifices, and bring the one true Lord to this place. As you start to see some of the lunatics from the asylum start to come out from the tree line.
Oh.
And as they emerge from the tree line, you hear him shout, "Ever their praises and abundance to the black goat of the woods. Shabnagarath, the black goat of the woods with 1,000 young." And the whole area starts to glow. I need you all to roll me initiative.
Heck yeah. Oh, it hurts. Oh. Hate rolling so low.
I'm about to kill some patients.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are.
A lot of them.
About to kill a bunch of dukes.
Please?
They're all the Duke.
All Andrew McCarthy's.
They're all Andrew McCarthy's. They're all played by Andrew McCarthy.
Who are you guys?
Yeah.
Except for the females. The females are played by Melissa McCarthy.
Who the hell is Melissa McCarthy?
Right. Darn it. There we go. Okay. So you've got, let's see, one over there. That's what that one. Okay. Then you got another one over there. Another one over there.
Jesus.
Don't ask stupid questions, Sam.
If I get disconnected,
Yeah.
All right, give me 1 second while I switch.
Jeff's about to
the
come in
other
here and
one.
play so many bonuses for Jeff.
Gotta love it. Got to love
He
it.
server muted me. He server muted. That's funny. It was just a question.
Can we? Oh, the skeleton head, is that the main dude?
It's not a skeleton
doing
head,
the
but he's
talking?
a
Oh.
weird looking one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, it's Megamind.
Run away!
Oh, that's a lot of enemies.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of Andrew McCarthy's.
Yeah, the M's have been turned upside down in the token, but they're all letter M's for McCarthy.
Very well. All right, starting at the top, we have Ginmir.
Sweet. I'm going to... Let's see if I can reach that guy. 60 feet? Yeah. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on Willowbrook Patient 8.
Okay. Go for it.
Nice.
All right.
Very well.
That was my action. Let's see if I got a bonus action. No, not right now. But I will move here.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Number 7. Let's see.
I can't remove
There we
the
go.
auras from you, Ben, but you wouldn't have either one of mine at the
Oh,
moment.
sorry. Yeah. All good?
All right, that's all it can do as he's rambling about himself. The person, well, I guess I can go ahead and identify him as Theocord. He's still continuing to do his magic, whatever chanting weirdness, called crap, and he turns to face you all and says, "You will not interrupt this." And he holds his hand out, and you start to see like just a torrent of small flying insects appear just out of his hand. As what is it?
But I wish I'd counterspell.
Damn it.
Come on, Osric.
Never mind, he's out of range. It wouldn't work anyways.
Damn it. Come on. There we go. Perfect. I need. Well, I'll just go ahead and do that, I suppose. Let's see. Yep. All right. Let's see. Bam, bam, bam. Cool. You all pass.
Wow, nice.
But you do take half.
And I don't know if that went through correctly, but technically, if it's a spell, we also take half due to my resistance, even after the success, right?
What resistance do you have?
My aura of warding is resistance to all spell damage.
Let's see.
And it doesn't look like it actually halved it past the successful save.
I don't think it's possible to do that in Fantasy Grounds. Unless
Probably
you would have to have a situational resist all, and then whenever you take damage from a
Yeah.
spell, you just throw that on and then take it off as soon as the damage is dealt.
So would we add 4 back to our health?
Yeah, just add 4
Yeah.
back to your health.
Would be 4 or 5.
4.
Okay.
Let's see, and very well. That's his turn. Oh, come on, button. Lena, it's your turn.
He's going to move 20 foot to the southwest in the tree line. He is going to cast Hunter's Mark at first level.
Okay.
And he is going to, once he gets to his 20 feet movement, take a shot at Willowbrook patient number 5.
All right, go for it.
And with that, he
Ace.
will use Colossus
Instant
Sling.
death.
Oh, no, he won't take that off. Hang on a second. I did not see that. All right, with that, he will take a second shot, his second shot at patient number 4.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I would say, how do you want to do this? But I mean, they're patient.
Instant death.
So,
There it is.
Lena, give me a perception check.
You just killed Andrew McCarthy.
Wow.
2 in a row.
Wow, nice.
You know, it's tearing it up.
You notice that as you drop these 2 patients, as they they did their death rattle and fell to the ground, you literally saw their like life essence, their spirit, their soul, whatever you want to refer to it as, kind of venture up from their body and then go right towards where Deokar is standing.
Forgive me for that. May the time you have left here on Earth be short.
Okay.
In this fool. He's got 10 feet of movement left. He's going to continue along the tree line.
Okay.
And that is his turn.
Okay, Willowbrook patient number 3. Very well. Number 6. Okay. Abdel.
I would like to rage.
Too bad you're not able to. Go ahead.
Damn. Hello, patience.
Hello, victims.
Hello. Hello, patient.
Mm-hmm. That one drops as well. Good.
I'll step here, and I will actions. No, I'm kidding.
Mm.
That is my
If
turn.
only.
Oh, if only.
All right. Osric.
All right, couple quick questions. This circle here, is it persistent? Are
Yes.
the bugs still there?
Yep.
Okay. Does it look like they're gonna be harried by these bugs next round and take more damage?
Possibly.
Okay. And then second thing is about the little cliffs. Are those? Is there like a valley in the middle, or is there?
It's not really so much a valley. It's kind of like this area up here, where Deokar is standing is like a little bit elevated, but not anything that would require some type of climb check.
Oh, okay. Osric is going to move 25 feet, and then he's going to move another 25 feet. He's trying to move around the circle thing. He's not going to run into the bugs. But basically, he's making his way over to this tree here.
I was gonna say because the way you're going through 3 squares that would have you.
Yeah,
affected
well,
by
the
thing.
the way this line thing is going, I'm trying to run around it, not through it. So
Okay, so say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay.
let me double check something here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then he will hide as a bonus action.
Oh yeah, your speed's only 25 because you're small.
Yes, so that should get me right to that spot with a total of 50 feet of movement.
Screw it.
Don't check.
Okay.
And then Osric cloaks again, and then he'll pass his turn.
All right, Grex.
Yeah. So the way I understood it from what you just said is we can climb up these little like cliff looking things without any sort of check, correct?
Yeah, they're like this one down
I just
here
don't raise.
is like it's raised up, like it's maybe 5 foot up. The
Okay.
other one is like maybe 10 feet, but it's not like a sheer, like, you know, it's not just like straight up and down. It's kind of angled.
Come on. There we go. 20 here, and then I'm gonna dash 60 total. Run
Okay.
right up to this guy. And use don't want to do that. That's it.
Okay. Let's see. Patient. Which one is patient 8? That one. Well, go. This ought to be interesting.
Hi, guys.
Wow.
Actually, that would with the 16 would miss because of unless my cloak isn't coded rightly. Because my AC normal is 16, so it would make it a 17.
God damn it.
I'll add 3 back. Don't worry about it.
All right, fine. Go ahead. That's his turn. And this ought to be interesting as well.
I think you need a semicolon
Yes.
after AC1. Abdel.
Number 2. Number 2. Get in there.
Genmare is going to go to help Abdel.
Okay.
Oops, excuse me. I actually wanted to drag that to the right of patient 8.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, let me access to change the cloak.
Okay. I run up behind him and I lift my mace into the air over his head. I'm going to try to bring it down over him.
Advantage.
Wow, I almost actually didn't put that on. Glad you said that. And I beat him over the back of the head with the mace.
Jesus Christ.
Awesome.
How much movement do I have left? That was
25.
That was still 25. Okay, so I've got 5 feet. I will just move there as long as that rock isn't occupying that spot.
No, it's more decoration.
Okay, and
What cleric domain are you?
war.
Okay.
And man, I want to. I will I'll cast spiritual weapon. To the right of Willowbrook patient 1.
Okay.
That's a level 2 spell. There we go. And it will attack patient 1.
All right. Go for it. Oh boy. So close.
That's what I can do.
Not to add things on top of you, Jeff, but Jeff also should have a D8 of radiant damage for every melee attack.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Well, it
It's
killed
fine,
him
though.
anyway.
Yeah,
We'll
it's
just
fine.
do it from here on out. Oh, that's the first time I've actually used my melee weapon this campaign.
You're supposed to use the whip, damn it.
I've just been shooting people with holy flames.
And
This is
spiritual
true.
weapons.
Dang, they're good at hitting you, Abdo.
And no,
That
they're
would
not.
actually miss, but
Oh yeah,
luckily.
I forgore.
I forgot. I
I
remember.
let me pull this up.
Me with your best shot.
Fire away. Are you below 100 health?
Barely, actually.
Our word tickle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Power word. Go run away.
Yes.
Power word.
Power word.
flee.
Go to hell.
Been there, done that.
Got the t-shirt.
Pulls armor down just a little bit.
It says, I went to hell and fought demons and all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
There's a picture of him on the ride, screaming.
I smell sulfur.
It was a white shirt,
Asmodeus
now
is
it's
my
red.
wingman.
That'd be a hell of a wingman.
It shows him in like full wingspan, just
Tiamat on a collar.
Okay. He's gonna step right up here next to you, Gray Axe.
Yeah.
He's going to hold out his hand right in front of you, and it just starts to have like this. It just looks unnatural. As he makes a attack. There we go. I think that's the right one.
Inflict the wounds.
No, I wish.
Ooh,
Oof.
there we go.
Hey, if it's a spell, at least it's halved.
So just a normal hit.
Hold on. I've got I gotta decide here.
Gotta decide.
Yep.
Greyx has leprosy. Even if he's immune to disease, he still has leprosy.
He's about to get smited into oblivion.
You want to do that to Will Ferrell? Poor Megamind.
This is
I think he
Giga Brain.
This is
Giga Brain, not Megamind.
Okay.
It's great value.
copyright.
Let's see. You begin to feel a pain start to grip your mind as your vision starts to cloud over. Right now, you have a disadvantage on wisdom checks and wisdom saving throws and are blinded.
Okay. Cool.
So I will. There you go. There's that. That's his turn. Lionel.
As Lionel sees Osric come from the northeast, he's going to himself move 20 feet to the northeast and say to him, "Bring your weapon to bear upon the one that is attacking Grey Axe." And then he'll move back north or southwest 5 feet. And he is going to take a shot at this one. Let's see. I think that's all. And he will also bring Colossus Slayer into play and take a second shot. And that will be his turn.
Okie dokie. Page numbers. Oh God, I don't even.
Today.
5, 10, 15, 20, 35. Cool. Abdel.
Not Greyx. Get out of my way.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, good one, Abdo.
Nice,
Murder.
nice.
Darn.
Okay.
We have to help our friend.
All 40 of my movement, I move up to Greyx.
Cool. As you drop that one, and you see the life essence kind of up towards that way too. You begin to feel like a slight rumble in the ground. And I need hold on. I'm scrolling. God damn it, where was that at? Everything's in like 4 different spots. Cool. All right, there it is. I need everyone to make me wisdom saving throws, please.
You want us to roll on?
Yeah.
Oops.
Abdel would have a +5 to his too, so it'd be a 23 if that matters. I just didn't get the thing dragged to him quick enough. If he got to me, I guess I should say.
Very well. Yeah, hold on. Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Osric, I need you to roll me a D100.
Just a second. If you think I failed that, then can I use my reaction to use my arcane deflection? Get an extra +4 bonus.
Is that only for spells?
Anytime I am hit with an attack, or if I fail a saving throw, I can use a reaction to gain a +2 bonus to AC, or a +4 bonus to the saving throw.
I mean, if you only burn up a use of it.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So that'll push that up to a 20. Does that still fail?
No.
Oh, thank God. I don't like the sound of D100. I don't like the way you said that.
All right. Very well. Abdel, you get up there.
I'm a swing on the man, the myth, the legend, the Duke.
That's not the Duke, but okay.
I'm gonna say it
Everybody's
is.
the Duke.
It's the Duke.
As he goes
It
to
is
hit
the
Gray
dude.
Axe in the back of the head.
Yeah.
It's the-
Hold on. Disregard that.
Disregard what? The hit?
Disregard that damage. Because as you go to swing, he's gonna whoosh, and like a small, like circular shape of arcane energy blocks your
Counter
attack.
spell. Not just.
Yeah,
counterspelled your sword.
Yeah.
yeah, he counterspelled your attack.
Yes, I knew it. Just so magically inclined.
Mm-hmm.
That is my turn. I made both my attacks.
Very well. Okay. Now, as that happens, that tree, that weird tree that Dalecar was standing beside, suddenly you just see like it starts, the vines or the limbs start kind of snapping around, and they kind of slowly take form into this very strange otherworldly type being, almost eldritch in nature, as
Oh God.
it comes to be in front of you, and I need I need Grey Axe and Abdel to make wisdom saving throws, please.
You're testing my luck with this disadvantage over
I
here.
will use one of my inspirations.
Well, let me see. I might be able to
Very
give you
16.
guidance or something.
Not from there, you can't. I
Not
don't
from where
think.
you're at.
Not as a reaction.
Well, I said or something. I don't know if I've got anything divinity wise. Doesn't look
He's
like
only to
it.
attack.
Hope a 16 passes.
I hope so too.
Yeah, I can't help you.
Oh boy.
Give you
Abdel, you are afraid of this creature now.
I don't give a shit.
I mean, you don't care, but you're frightened of it for a minute. So, so there's that.
Out of
All it means
curiosity,
is you can't move closer to it, and
Is it
you attack it with a disadvantage.
is its frightful presence? Do I have to be able to see it to be frightened? Because I can't see anything right now. So
No.
would I have had to make that say? Oh, damn. Okay.
Remember,
can
this is an
feel.
eldritch being. It knows your mind is there.
I don't know it's there.
You're about to find out.
If only I was a berserk paladin.
Yeah, right. Oh boy, what is its movement speed? There we go. Cool.
Enough.
Now, let's see. Oh, perfect. Cool. As it steps forward, you see like these like wooded and then like tentacle looking type vines kind of emerge out of its back and they start whipping forward towards you all.
Isn't it use its action to do the frightening thing?
No, it's a frightening presence.
Yeah, usually that takes us an action.
No, it doesn't.
When's the last time you got to
doesn't.
play as an evil demigod?
Never.
Yeah,
Okay then.
exactly.
I'll be honest, never.
I'll be honest.
I'll take
I've never
everyone.
done
Okay.
that.
So Abdel. Oh, that's an auto miss.
Womp.
Second one.
Womp. Is it a natural 2 on the die?
I wish. No. So bam. And you are grappled.
Oh god.
Gray Axe.
Hi.
Wow,
Oh,
that was a shitty roll.
get wrecked.
Okay.
Fuck.
And you are also grappled. That's his turn. Oh,
Swinging in the air.
Osric will take a free action to scream. Piss his pants.
I'll give you that as a free action.
Oh, awesome. All right. Osric is going to. He kind of like just stares in awe for a second at this thing as it just phases in to our reality, and in the back of his mind, he's like, "I was fucking right." So he steps forward up to the corner of this little rock outcropping here on this cliff edge, so he can get a better view. And he's going to take a standard action to use his hunter sense. I gain the ability to peer at a creature and magically discern how best to hurt it. I immediately learn whether the creature has any damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities, and what they are. If the creature is hidden from divination magic, I sense that it has no damage immunities or resistances or vulnerabilities. And I can do this twice a day. This is the product of all of Osric's studies and paranoia and just poring over books trying to figure out how to defeat the Xanathar. He's learned about all kinds of hideous creatures and how best to injure them.
And what was the part about the divination magic?
Yes. If the creature is hidden from divination magic, you sense that it has no damage immunities or resistances or vulnerabilities.
roll me a percentile.
Okay. $18.
Okay, as you kind of feel like your mind prowess kind of reaching out, if you will, to try and figure out what weaknesses or strengths that this not of this plane and or world creature in front of you may have. You, for a brief moment, you start to you feel it kind of take effect before it suddenly, like, your connection is cut off. But you were able to discern that it is immune to the poison condition.
Okay, so I didn't get the full picture.
Yeah.
It just
that's what the percentile
I
was
understand.
for.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was an action. So as a bonus action, Osric will cast Hunter's Mark on the creature.
Okay.
Gonna put that on me, and then he will re-knock his arrow and prepare to fire next turn.
Cool. Greyax, you are not having a good day.
I can't see fucking shit.
And you're also grappled.
And I feel this weird tentacle wrapping around my midsection. I'm gonna breathe fire because I don't know what else to do. And so, just straight out in front of me, hitting, I would assume, Diakar, the patient number 2, and the weird tentacle thing that's got me.
Sure.
Cool. Let me target all 3 of them. And do I have the...
Abdel, protect the wig.
Just hold it on.
Because that is... Oh, that was pretty good damage. Other than that, didn't take any. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just breathe out some fire. That's my action. Can I, as a bonus action, try and detect why I'm blind? Like medicine on myself or something? Would I know?
That would be a really high check to do off of medicine. Arcana would probably be not as difficult because he did hit you with a spell.
Oh, I just tried to roll Arcana off of my Beyond sheet. That's not going to work.
You're pretty sure he hit you with a fair, not high, like super high level spell, but a obviously powerful spell because you're blind.
Yeah.
Okay. It didn't come with a saving throw either.
I can't determine if it was a curse or anything, or
no, it's not a curse. Actually, hold on. Make me a Constitution saving throw. Well, at the end of your turn, make me a Constitution saving.
That's the end of my turn, so I'll go ahead and roll that now.
Yeah, Constitution saving throw, please.
Con save.
Alrighty. Very well. And let me, because I believe this is only on its turn. Okay. So that was for the thing that was affecting your vision.
Okay. Am I still blind?
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And this should have been at the start of your turn, but I completely missed that. I thought they were both at the end. Or that it was at the start of its turn. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Again. Okay.
Oof.
Nice.
Now I know you as a paladin are immune to disease and all that kind of other goofy shit,
Yeah.
but you still can be poisoned, right?
Yeah, I'm not immune to poison.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you are poisoned.
Yay. Holy fuck.
We're just stacking them up.
I got 3 conditions on me.
Yeah.
Ah,
All right. So that's yeah. That was the end of your turn, right?
that's the end of my turn.
Okay. So patient 1
Bahamut
is
knows you can handle it.
I'm not
miss. 2. Abdel. That one actually hits.
Bonk.
Bonk.
For whopping 2 damage.
Wackus bunkus.
Genmer. Tis your turn. Oh, this would have dropped by now. All right.
Oh. I'm going to start by moving, I suppose.
Okay. Go for it.
And I'll I'll use healing word on Gregs, I think. Yeah. To try to get him healed up a little bit.
Don't even bother.
Don't bother?
Nope.
Okay.
You got counterspelled.
Oh, okay.
Cure to use his reaction for shield.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Never mind. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. Let's hope we get a good roll.
Joke's
here.
on you. He has
Look at that.
5 reactions per turn.
Haha.
Yeah.
So
Don't worry. There's more surprises in store.
I bet.
here we go.
Cool.
7. Okay. I'll move my spiritual weapon as a bonus action and attack patient 1.
Healing word's a bonus action.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So I still have an action on me.
Only
Plus,
spell
your
you can cast
spiritual
as a
weapon is
cantrip.
like down here, isn't it?
It's to the up and to the right of Griax.
Did you recast it?
No, that's
First
where I
time
Cast that
said
there in the first
begin with.
place. Yeah.
Oh, because I thought you cast it over near Abda. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
You got your
Oh, no.
mighty sacred flame.
I have something way stronger than Sacred Flame I could use, but it would definitely hit you guys. I'm
If
pretty
it's a
sure it
leveled
would-
spell, you can't use it.
Yeah, you can't use a level spell.
Oh, okay.
Rain fire.
Yeah,
Gotta be a cantrip
Sacred
action.
Flame it will be. And
Bring on the flames.
yeah, I'll target Deokar. Actually,
Hakusen,
The flame rises.
yeah,
brother,
Deokar.
brother, my flame is rising.
And he failed. So he takes a full 6
Cool.
radiant damage. That's what I've got for now. I wish he
Does
weren't
that-
grappled. I could have done more.
Doesn't he also get a little bonus at level 8 for his cantrips?
Not as a war domain, I don't believe. He gets the imbued strikes.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
Tasha's gave him something extra there.
You get extra options,
Uh-huh.
but adding the potent spell casting for clerics, you either get potent spell casting or divine strike. You don't get both.
That was
Why
it.
not?
All right. After your casting of Sacred Flame, everyone except for Grayax, you start to notice bolts of blood red lightning start to light up the sky.
Oh god.
Heck yeah.
Let's see, Dalecar. What is he going to do? He will. Um. Let's see. Let us see. Yeah. He is going to step back.
We get op shots, right?
You do, yeah.
Not when you're blind.
You can still take them, I'm pretty sure.
I'm
They're
not
just a
blind.
disadvantage.
Mine would be a disadvantage too, because I'm frightened, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Abdel hits. For a lot of damage.
Eh, not that much. Could have been a lot better.
Grayax hits.
Oh, you both
Also
managed to
hit.
hit.
Dumping a 3rd level divine smite into this. How do I add extra levels into it with the effect?
You'd have to program it.
Normally whenever I set up a paladin, I have each divine smite level
Oh.
added into it.
Okay, so
Like
it'd
for each
be
line.
it'd be 4d8 on a 3rd level, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I should be able to add it twice. and then it will roll correctly. For now.
Sure.
Fuck out of here.
He drops down as he goes to step away, and you see him fall down, and a brooch that he has attaching his cloak together bursts in light, and he kind of stands back up, breathing heavily and very bloodied. It's like, you're gonna have to try harder than that. As he returns, but granted it's at 1 hit point. But.
Bruh, indeed.
All right. So that was that. Gray Axe and Abdel, give me wisdom saving throws, please.
It's a free action for that to happen. I'm sick.
It was an attuned item.
Oh, that was small brain, Abdel.
Oh, look at
No, that was a non-wise Abdel.
Gray Axe, you're fine. Abdel, you are paralyzed.
Uh-oh.
What?
Yep. He got hit with a
A
hold person.
wisdom save? Oh, true.
You got hit with hold person. So you are paralyzed.
My lord, that's insane.
So that was, he was here, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, as he heads up that way. Lionel, it's your turn.
All right,
Unless you all want to take a quick bio break.
It's up to everybody.
Yeah, I could.
Okay,
I mean,
taking
I
a
need to
bio
go to the
break.
bathroom, but I'm not going to
Yeah.
be doing anything. So,
All right. Everybody, we'll go ahead and take a quick bio break. We'll be
Sweet.
back in 10 minutes, maybe, maybe shorter, so we can finish this out. But anyway, appreciate everybody stopping in, and we'll be right back.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Now it's showtime, folks. And you can be sure it's the best show in town. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome.
Who's setting up shop? We got a cleric paladin who is also setting up shop. We're gonna call our consortium Praetor's Haberdashery Consortium. We don't sell hats.
Is we don't sell hats part of the name?
No, I just thought I'd clarify.
I like it better if it was part of the name. Yeah, me too.
Oh,
That would be very funny.
I mean, I'm the head of it, so like we could add that to the name.
Yeah, we will then. We're gonna have shirts made. I gotta get their portraits all put together, and we're gonna have merchandise.
Oh my god!
This is gonna be awesome.
Praetor's Haberdashery Consortium. Parentheses. We don't sell hats.
I would buy one of those shirts.
It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now.
They don't really apply to level 0 characters.
They don't? Okay. All right. So then I won't grab them. I thought that crit might be that extra one. Okay. So here's the regular damage. Oh, say good night, Francis. Oh, that's Chip. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, Chip.
Suck it, Chip.
Whoops. I thought
I'm
I'm sorry, sir. This is a private mountain.
But I only wanted it.
This mountain is reserved for patrons.
But
it's a supply depot for all sorts of good things, which people can get at the snack bar. Like soft drinks, candy bars of all kinds, delicious popcorn, and refreshing ice cream treats.
But I am a patron.
Well, why didn't you say so? Be our guest.
Through, and you're kind of at a point where you can't really wedge your way in there anymore. You're like,
Here, boy. Here, boy. Come. Here, boy. You can do it. Come on.
Yes, sir. May I help you?
I'd like 2 of those, please.
Hot dogs? Yes, sir.
And 3 of those. And 1 of those. And 5 bars of these. And a cup of that nice hot liquid.
Coffee. Coming right up.
Oh, and 2 bags of those peculiar white puffy material.
You mean our crunchy popcorn? Shall I wrap that for you, sir?
Oh, that's all right. My saucer's just outside.
They come from miles to enjoy our intermission.
I'm terribly sorry. Bjorn, you explode, and in your place is a sweet roll.
Nice.
Hello there. Give the demonstration of my new invention, the goodies machine. The machine turns out delicious hot doggies one after the other. And thirst-quenching sodas also. Gives popcorn of the most tasty kind, plain unbuttered. Candy too, crunchy and dandy. Steaming hot coffee and ice cream too. These goodies are at our snack bar, just waiting for you.
Private messenger. And do you know how to do that in Facebook? I mean, in Facebook, whatever. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
At least Facebook is still around.
Wow.
Hundreds of years into the future.
Hey, why mess with a good thing,
Go ahead
right?
and clip that one, guys. And you send that one to me later, too. Thanks a lot.
As everyone knows, rainbows usually have a treasure at the end. Let's follow this one and see if we can find the pot of gold.
Brother, I suppose you've come to claim me treasure.
Well, we'd like to see the gold first.
Ethan, there's better than gold in here, me lad. No, just look here, no.
Candy, refreshing soft drinks, popcorn, ice cream. Well, that's some treasure, but anyone can buy luscious treats like these at the snack bar.
You don't tell me. Do you suppose you could get me a job as a snack bar attendant?
Brass knuckles he's wearing, and the creature just.
How did the creature go?
One more time?
What? One more time?
No, that was it.
Like you crave that corn when it's freshly bobbed, you gotta beat it to the box with the butter on the top. Get with it, man. Start strolling down to the sweets that set you rolling, the best in town. Our candy's real gone, if I'm understood. To all you squares, that means the confection is positively delicious. Cork that stuff. Give me 5. Let me send you into this nutty jive. Go, man, go. It ain't very far. Shake it on down to this cool snack bar. Come on, Jill. Give us a treat. A friendly pepper-upper with a tasty beat.
Drink Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, 'cause it never lets you down.
Frosty, man. Frosty.
People, we might be able to take care of that. I
I'm
understand.
gonna sing the Doom song now.
Oh, God.
Doom, 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 doom. Doom da doom. Doom da doom da doom. Doom da doom. Doom doom da doom. Doom da doom doom. Doom 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 doom. Doomy doomy doomy. Doom doom doom. The end.
Music to the ears of the hungry. The sizzle of a mouth-watering hamburger. Fresh, lean beef, done to a golden brown, couched in a soft bun, and garnished to taste. Man, that's hunger heaven. And you'll feel like you're heaven sent when you get one at our refreshment stand.
Let me see. Is there a deception check for a horse? Does a horse have a... Ooh, it's going for the...
deception for a horse?
Yeah, a horse has got deception. So the horse goes up and you see it. It's looking a brief second. It looks at the plant like maybe, it's something even tastier. But then it sticks out its tongue and it, pulls back, and then it backs up. It's got the sugar cube in its mouth and its eyes go boing, as his eyes just go, and it starts woo, and it starts bucking, and and it just and he was looking at something in his hand, and he is standing up, and he grunts out, "Who the F are you? What are you doing here?"
Housekeeping?
Housekeeping.
I'm dead.
Your attention, please. All new Hotshot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heater through car window and turn on the switch. When leaving, please turn switch off and replace on speaker post. Warning, high voltage. For your own safety, do not attempt to repair or remove wires. Do not attempt to open heater unit. If you need assistance, please notify the theater box office or concession manager.
She had red whelps and skin was looking all grotesque and all that, and she let out a little bit of a mumbled roar, leveled the gun at everybody in the room there, and that was where we cut last week. So that was where we'll pick up the action now, unless there are any questions or anything else that the group would like to add.
I have a question.
Please ask away.
What is a mumble roar?
Mumble roar.
Settle back now, content, comfortable, well-fed, and ready for some fine entertainment. Is everybody happy? Then let's go. It's showtime.
All right. We are back. Thank you, Lord Gosumba, for the raid. Caught us right in the middle of a bio break. But anyway, we are back. Thank you, everybody. And thank you, GT or GDT RFB 1995 for the follow. Welcome to the Rejects. Anyway, where did we leave off? Oh, I believe it was Lionel's turn.
Yep.
All right.
Since the unique Dark Young has taken some damage, Colossus Slayer will come into effect. Will pull back his bow.
Actually, he has not taken any damage.
Yeah, no, he completely resisted my fire breath, so.
I could have sworn somebody did some damage to him back up here.
I tried to, but he resisted all of it.
All right. Okay. Then let me take that off of myself. All right. Anyway, he will go ahead and fire a shot here.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I can give you a +10 to that roll.
It's still an automatic miss.
Yeah.
So,
Might be within a
even
certain
with an
range.
yeah, that's right.
Because it's a nat 1.
With a nat 1, yeah.
And like Ben said, I think it'd be in a specific range for somebody to use it.
All right.
Yeah,
Now
I think
he's
it's
taking
30.
damage.
Oh, yeah, I forgot Lionel was really far away.
He's taking damage now.
All right.
That will be his turn.
Number 6. Might as well not even really matter, but
Okay.
you finally got a hit.
So they have to crit to hit me.
Pretty much, yeah. They only have like
My
a
AC is
+2.
22.
Yeah, they only have a +2 to attack. So that's his turn. Abdel, you're.
But save?
Things are a pain in the ass.
You're not wrong.
I think on hold person, you get a save after every one of your turns. The
Let me
end.
see. Target must succeed at the end of its turn. Yes. Also, beginning of your turn, give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
20.
Right.
Many much better.
Many much better. Yes.
Very much.
All right. You are able to shake off the poison that is trying to enter your body as you are grappled. Go ahead.
Wisdom save now, right? For hold person?
Oh, for hold person. That's at the end of your turn.
Yeah, no, but
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't
you're
do anything. I'm
paralyzed.
paralyzed.
Yeah. Yes. Wisdom save.
13.
Nope.
No good.
No bueno.
That is my turn.
All right. It is now this thing's turn. Let's see. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Let's see. Abdel can. I'll roll it. You succeed, but you take half, so you're really going to take quarter of this, but you know, it is what it is.
Is it a spell?
It is a spell.
Okay, cool.
So I add 5 back?
No.
Oh, it already. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And that is that for that.
That's a lot of dice for only 10 damage.
I know. It's thank you for whoever subscribed. I can't see the screen right now.
Tombstone.
Tombstone. Thank you for the resub. Osric, it's your turn.
Okay. Osric heeds Lionel's words. He will he sees this monster, but he feels that that Lionel is right. That if the caster falls, then perhaps this creature will be thrown off. Osric will use a bonus action.
Actually,
Sorry.
Osric, go ahead and give me a. I'll just let you have this one. Give me a an Arcana check, Arcana or Religion, whichever one.
Sure. Arcana. Here it comes.
Very good.
23.
You will know that a lot of that there are a lot of magic users that can summon things as a spell. You know, you got druids, you got certain wizards and things of that nature. That if the spellcaster goes down, most often, yes, the things that they summoned will disappear as well. But you will also know through the sheer crazy amount of arcane studying that you have done that usually is not the case when it comes to a summoning ritual.
Okay. So Osric thinks that the ritual is too far gone. This creature's already here on this plane of reality, and is not going to be as simple as breaking a caster's concentration.
Yes. Absolutely.
Osric will furrow his brow and use a bonus action to aim, which will give him advantage on his next attack. He's going to aim at the caster as the caster is fleeing into the woods. He's going to look past Abdel and Grey Axe wrapped up in the tentacles of this monster. Look past the wayward Willowbrook patients who Osric thinks might be under some sort of dark influence. He doesn't want to hurt them unless he has to. He will take a single shot through this fray. And even though it's at advantage, it's outside of Osric's range increment, so it cancels out the disadvantage he would get from attacking at long range. So it's just going to be a straight shot. He's going to try to hit this guy.
Yeah, it's going to be a very difficult shot, too, because of the difference in elevation, but go ahead and roll it.
$24?
Sure.
All right. Here comes damage.
He drops. Abdel, you are no longer paralyzed.
Elmo with fire in the background.
Amazing. Osric pulls another arrow, swings it around towards the aberration. Actually, I'm so sorry. There was an extra D6 in there. If you want to give that guy 2 points back, I don't know if that matters.
It doesn't matter. He was at 1.
Okay, that extra die was for Hunter's Mark, which was cast on the aberration. Sorry about that.
Like I said, if you hit him, he was done. He had 1 hit point.
Wow. Lucky shot, or good training, or perhaps it was the fur wrapped around the short bow. And Osric whispers to himself, "Straight as an arrow." And he'll pass his turn.
All right.
Today is a good day to die.
Grex.
I'm going to try and just slam my longsword down into the tentacles that are wrapping around me.
Okay. 1 second. Let me. Okay, go for it.
Yep. Oh, I didn't target him. I'm pretty sure that hits. But
yeah, that
I'll
hits.
double check. All right, cool.
Nice.
Excuse me.
And I'll go ahead and pump a smite into this because why not? That goes on me. At first level.
Yep.
Oh, Jeff, does the frightful presence have a reroll every turn for it or no?
Let me double check. It does at the end of its turn.
Okay, so it would have made 1.
Are you getting the extra damage out of that, Grey Axe?
I don't have any extra damage.
So the way the smite works, I think it gives you an extra damage die if it's like a certain creature type.
Undead
I don't know if you'd
fiend,
be able
but
to
it would
look and
auto
tell.
do it.
Oh, just a fiend? Okay.
It would have been at the
Yeah.
end of my turn, Jeff, or end of its turn?
End of. It would have been at the end of your turn.
Okay, is it a wisdom save again?
Yeah. Yeah,
Still friend.
Yep.
Just making sure.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and use my Channel Divinity to harness Divine Power and regain 2 first level spell slots.
Awesome.
And that'll be my turn.
All right.
Do I get anything? I'm still blinded or no? Because the guy died.
It was a duration spell.
Okay, so what was the roll for?
Yeah, let me pull that back up.
I think it was Constitution, but I'm not sure.
It was. Let me pull him back up because. Here we go. All right. Yes, Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. Damn.
That's 2 fails.
And is there anything for the poison? Or am I just poisoned from the thing?
I think for poison, you're just poisoned.
Yeah,
Probably
no, you're
for some amount of
poisoned.
time.
Yeah, you're poisoned from the Eldritch
tentacle.
Fiend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Can't do anything else.
Cool. At the end of your turn, the lightning in the sky begins to crackle and pop. Let's see. Grey Axe, roll me a D10.
D10. 1. It's either really good or really bad.
Here, I will. As soon as I find it, here we go.
You lose
Let's
1
see.
gold piece.
One electrum.
All of our electrum is destroyed.
All right, bolts of
Thank you, it's a
blood.
curse.
Bolts of blood red lightning light up the sky. The discharge is loud and dazzling. There is a 1 in 10 chance that a random creature in the clearing is struck. You rolled a 1.
But it's random, so it could be one of the patients.
I rolled the dice for random.
Yeah, it was me.
That's why he rolled the D10.
Uh-oh.
Give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Good lord, I've been hit with so many saves. Please.
Well, good news.
Is he
you
still
saved.
grappled?
Yes.
I think he has to do that with disadvantage.
I don't.
Wouldn't it
I think-
automatically do that with fantasy grounds?
That would be restrained. If I'm not restrained, then it won't be. If it's just
Okay.
a grapple.
Okay.
Oh, damn it. There we go. So you take half. Wow, that rolled really crap. The highest I rolled on that was a 3 on 1 dice. So you take 7 points of electric damage.
And it's not a spell, technically? Okay.
Yep.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, 6d6. I rolled a 14.
And are you still blinded?
Yeah, I'm blinded.
Okay.
It wasn't
Think
a
that would-
concentration spell. Okay, so whose turn was it now? Willowbrook Patient 1, who is... Let's see. What happens here as this crazy lunatic starts just at Grey Axe. Yeah, that's miss. Number 2, at Abdo.
It doesn't, Ben.
I don't hit it. for 3 damage.
Yes, sir.
Ginmare, it's your turn.
But it's disadvantage on things that you can see. Or you just already posted.
So, I'll just I want to use Flame Strike, and I'll cast it towards the left-hand side of the creature as to not hit Grayax and Abdel, but to just hit the creature and Willowbrook Patient too.
Okay.
I will select them both real quick and roll the save. The creature failed, but somehow the Willowbrook Patient is he's just on something. Managed to
They
avoid.
still take half. So.
He's innocent. The Willowbrook Patient is just misguided. It's
the trees can take 0 damage.
You know what? You're making some solid points right now.
But Torm still killed him.
It did, as you see the patient just, you know, the bolt of lightning comes down, and then all of a sudden Ginmare's just like, this fucking column of fire and radiant energy just erupts underneath of this eldritch tree-like tentacled being thing, and just completely eviscerates and annihilates the patient right in front of you, Abdel. And you see its life energy get absorbed into the tree as some of the like singed and burned markings on the bark-like exterior just start to heal themselves.
Great.
I am inevitable.
Big. So the spiritual weapon will just hover over and smack the unique dark young of Shub Nagareth.
You were sentenced to horny jail.
Bonk.
Right. Hold on. I'm gonna add a token here for that.
Okay.
If I can remember which one that I used before, which thing it's in.
Bonk.
Bonk. I think it was in the other one. Nope. I think it was in this one.
I was thinking the same thing. Honk. Honk. I was about to post the emote.
Honk. All right, there it is. You can move it wherever you want. It's underneath of Abdel.
It hovers over and swings. It's got some momentum.
It's a floating celestial whip.
Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Rejects.
It doesn't hit him. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, Lionel.
Okay, Lionel knows for sure that this thing is damaged now. He is going to use an ability that he has called Sharpshooter. Take -5 on the hit, but if it still hits, it will do an extra 1d10 damage.
It's just an extra 10.
Yep. It's just an extra 10. Soft.
It's just, yeah. Not a, well, I'm helping you.
Yep, a flat 10 extra points of damage.
Damn.
Damn.
And so I get on my second roll.
That's it.
It would have been that one, but that's okay. And well, 20 points of damage, and that is Lionel's turn.
All right. I don't know why I bothered, but why not? Nope.
Close.
So I'm grappled by this creature, so I'm technically in its square, correct?
No.
No?
You're grappled by it, but
so I can't hit it, is what you're getting at.
I hit it.
Is your movement? Yeah. You can hit the.
Well, I'm grappled, so my movement's 0.
Yeah, you can hit the tentacle that's
sure
wrapped around.
Reckless.
Oh, hold on. Constitution saving throw.
Will do. For an 18?
You are poisoned.
With an 18,
Ow.
damn.
Yup.
This thing's tough.
It's like an eldritch demigod. Let me find it. There it is. Almost put it on itself. There you
go. Okay. Reckless.
I mean, pretty straight up roll.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So I'll select disadvantage so it's not.
It's a miss.
Going to roll with advantage.
That's it.
Then I hit.
Okay.
13 points of slashing damage.
Slashing damage.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. Well, let's see.
Oh wait, I didn't make a wisdom save for the frightened.
Oh yeah, you do.
Fail.
Nope. Man.
I'm not wise.
Hey Abdel, you want to stop hogging all of the status effects in the combat
No, that's
tracker?
that's
great.
what. I don't know what you're talking about.
You got like 20 status effects. It's like a paragraph.
Yeah.
Let's see. You're gonna see this large tree-like thing just start to like almost like charge towards you, Ginmare.
Okay.
We get dragged with it?
You will. However, let's see. I'm not even. Bam. Oh wow. I need Abdel and Grayax to make a dexterity saving throw. All right, you're all good. And Ginmare, dexterity save.
Okay. I'm going to use my inspiration to reroll that.
Okay. Certainly can.
I'll stick with the 9.
Well, I mean, you get a 4, but
that's not how that works.
Yeah.
Well, the 4 is okay.
As
I thought you got to choose.
No, you just get to reroll.
Oh
well. This large, otherworldly entity creature thing just comes boo boo. Like you see, even though they're grappled and kind of being drugged with the tree, for the most part, you see Grayax and Abdel are able to kind of like dodge out of the way of this thing. The Willowbrook patients, the lunatics, kind of and jump out of the way, and you just what? Boom, and you just get bammed, and you take some damage, and you are knocked prone.
Oh,
okay.
And then it begins to slash out at you with its tentacles.
Bruh.
Oof. You're grappled. I don't think it's really going to matter.
And that takes the prone effect off, doesn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
Boy, do I love being insta-killed.
You're getting wrecked, man.
That's it. He just got me. That's it.
You're dying.
Holy
You're not
shit.
instant killed.
Had no chance.
You're not instant killed.
Well, okay. Correct
You're-
my
you're
grammar, but
unconscious.
insta downed.
Yeah, you're downed. Yeah, that's his turn. After his turn, hold on. Osric, roll me a d10.
D10.
You see a red bolt of lightning strike in the middle, the center area of this grove, not hitting anyone. And it's your turn.
Okay. Osric sees this absolute thrashing. He screams, Genmar, no! And he'll run forward 10 feet. He will use a bonus action to enact Slayer's Prey on this creature. The way that works is I can focus my ire on one foe, increasing the harm I inflict. As a bonus action, I designate one creature within 60 feet. I just move within range. The first time each turn that I hit this creature with a weapon attack, it deals an extra 1d6 damage. Osric will take a shot with the short bow. Oh my god. Okay, and I think that's it. Here comes damage. I can't do sneak attack, right? Because
We're engaged.
Yeah. Not
so the
within 5 feet of
way
it.
sneak attack works
But
is you guys
I
have to
was
be within
engaged.
5 feet.
Never mind.
Unfortunately, trust me, I already tried. Here comes damage. Still good damage. Assuming it's all getting through. Can I tell if it's all getting through, or can I tell if there's any resistance going on there?
From where you're at, especially since you're shooting an arrow, it's kind of hard to tell, but you think it all went through.
Okay. Osric will call back to Lionel. We've got to open fire. We got to draw their fire. I'll see if I can help Genmare. And the last thing Osric will do is he will send Henry the Owl off of his shoulder, flying into the sky. And he'll fly off to the northeast, kind of like a halfway point between him and Genmare. And then he'll pass his turn. Grey Axe.
Yep, me.
So about
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
right there,
Yeah.
or whatever. Sure. Okay.
That's awesome.
Well, I'm
I love
gonna.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh yes. So I can not be blind anymore, right?
No.
Oh no.
No, this is for the tentacle creature thing.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
I hope that passes. Anything else at the beginning of the turn, or no?
You succeed. You are no longer poisoned. However, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my lord.
You're good at that.
Do I still have disadvantage on these? I do, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
Just barely. Okay.
Okay. I hate it here. Swing out towards patient one and hope to hit.
Okay.
And auto roll the disadvantage. Bop. Cool. Where's my damage? There it is. Bam. Get out of here. And then swing towards patient 6 and hopefully get him out of here. Ooh. Nope.
Okay. Where is? God damn it! There it is. Bam.
As bonus action, I'm casting Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right.
Con save.
Now a con save. Yes.
Please be as good as the last one. Oh my gosh.
Ouch.
That's 3.
Mirror. Hit it with the. That's
I feel like I'm gonna go permanently blind.
No, the good thing is now you don't have to make any more Constitution saves at the end of your turn.
Success.
Oh, am I finally not blind?
No. You just don't have to make the saves anymore.
Good hits.
My
Good
lord,
hits.
Lionel.
Good hits. Patient 6. Sure, why not? Okay.
Big miss.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 and a 5. Abd's turn. Abdel.
Do I need to make a con save?
Yes, please.
Ooh. For a 14.
That's still pretty good. Wisdom saving throw, please.
Would this be at the end or now?
No, right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, I wish I
Go
could
ahead.
roll that on the frightened.
Right.
Jesus.
I wish I could get rid of my blind.
Yeah, you've already got the poison condition. All right.
Yeah, I do. I will reckless.
Okay.
Making it a straight roll.
Excuse me. Okay.
For 19. I need to select disadvantage again. For pew 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 pew.
Woo!
Nice.
Fantastic.
Damn.
Oh, very well done.
Nice.
I hate you. That's my turn.
Yeah, you did.
I will make a wisdom save at the end of my turn for the frightened effect. Nope.
3, 6, 9. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I wonder what it wants to do now. Huh. It juts up into the air 30 feet.
Like flying or like roots?
Like flying.
Oh.
This bitch.
A flying tree.
With its grapples, were we already in the air, or was it just holding us to the ground? Just out of curiosity.
You were like maybe a couple of inches off the ground. You weren't like being held up in the air.
Okay, but like my feet weren't on the ground, so I wouldn't have noticed the difference.
You can tell that you're up in the air now because it's like it's got a hold of you, and then it just shoots straight up 30 feet in the air, and you and Abdel are kind of like hanging below, almost like 5-10 feet below it.
Grix, we are on a flying tree.
I can't say.
Huh? Just look harder.
Let's see. Abdel, roll me a d10. You see another bolt of lightning strike somewhere in the grove area.
Ah!
Yeah. Osric, it's your turn.
Okay.
Knock on wood. Knocks on the tree.
You see this thing take off up into the air, and you see Grey Axe and Abdel kind of like squirming around underneath of it, the tentacles wrapping around them.
Give me just a second. I just want to clarify something about one of my abilities. All right.
Doesn't work.
Osric will. So it's 30 feet up in the air.
Yep. And you are 60 feet away from it.
60. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I need to invoke Pythagoras here. I think I'm good. Osric will take a bonus action to steady aim. So that will grant him advantage on this attack. So Osric will take a shot with the short bow up into the sky, try to hit this tree where it hurts.
What is the range on the short bow?
80 feet.
Okay.
23. Good hit.
Yeah, it is.
Sneak attack. And here comes damage.
There is no sneak attack.
No sneak attack?
Nobody's within 5 feet.
Well, I attacked with advantage. So whenever I have advantage, I get to do it.
Yeah.
All right, here comes damage. There's a little cluster of numbers there for you. And then the bird is going to fly into the woods and just hang out for a minute.
All right. Cool.
Henry the owl. And then Osric will... let's see. Yeah, I can't move. So he'll pass his turn.
All right. Grayax, your turn.
Yep. Do I need to roll anything at the beginning?
Constitution saving throw. Cool. Now a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
it's just saving. It's the saving throw show with Grayax.
It fucking is. Uh-oh.
You feel the effects of this entity, the poison kind of spreading through you and everything, and you.
So I was not poisoned. I cured my poison last turn.
You just failed it.
Okay, so it re-enabled. Okay.
Yeah. And you begin to feel this entity attack your mind again, and you are now suffering a bout of madness.
Bout of madness?
Yes. If the creature fails this save, it suffers as if affected by the confusion spell.
Hey, so...
I will tell you in 1 second exactly what the numbers are.
It's always random.
It is. Cool.
Here's my
D10. There
D10.
you go. The creature doesn't move or take actions this turn.
Fucking awesome, okay.
It's one of the better ones.
No, it's not, because I was going to cure my blindness.
One of the better ones.
Ginmare.
Not as nuts.
It's the old war wound.
Okay.
Actually,
repeat.
Hold on.
Okay.
All right. At the end of Ginmare's turn, really the only two people on the ground right now are you and Osric.
What about that Willowbrook patient?
I ain't worried about him.
We are.
I mean, yeah, you all are, and I'm not worried about him.
I'm perfectly fine.
He's perfectly fine. He can die for all I care.
I could take a short rest by the time he'll do half my health.
Guys, I think we know who the Duke really is. The
Awesome.
DM.
You will never know such things.
You all begin to feel the ground starting to rumble as you start to see like vines start to sprout up all over the place in this grove. I need another raid. Nightheart Gaming, thank you for the raid. How is it going? And Frank and everybody else, welcome to the stream. The group is currently having a battle with a eldritch being. It's going pretty well for some, not so well for others.
Rest in peace, my cleric friend.
I need
Be your paladin boy.
Osric and Lionel to give me a strength saving throw.
Okay. Strength.
Guess rolled the same thing.
Pretty much. Do you all have inspirations or
no?
And
somebody
is this for the vines?
Yes.
Okay. because I'm using pass without a trace. I know
You're concentrated on Hunter's Mark, so your pass without a trace would have went away.
Oh, this is true. True. Why did fantasy do me?
Don't you have something with like land stride?
That's a level 10 druid, I believe, or not druid, but ranger.
No, it is an 8th level, and I do have that as a feature. Anyway,
well, okay. These vines sprout up out of the ground and kind of like wrap around your arms and your legs, and for the next turn you are under the effects of an entangle spell.
Okay.
I honestly was expecting you all to pass that because the DC was a lot lower because it only lasts for 1 turn.
Well, does Landstrike give you advantage on saves against that kind of stuff?
No.
This is
he doesn't have
moving through non-magical difficult
he has it.
terrain.
Or it's not magical, okay.
Well, it is, but it says it benefits me through non-magical. So,
all right,
this is magical. So,
yep. It is your turn. You know, you
all right,
are
I will
restrained.
Yep, I will pull out my dagger from the small of my back and try to cut loose.
Yeah, I believe that would be at disadvantage, so go ahead and roll that. I'm not going to put the effects on you because they come off next turn. So
yep, well, he wouldn't know that, but anyway. Disadvantage.
So Nightheart, how was your all stream? I haven't been able to catch many of them here lately. Been blizzle. All right, patient number 6 is freaking out because there's nobody to attack anymore. That's a bummer.
But he can attack himself.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Bash his head into a rock.
Yeah, he does. And
Run away and be free. Oh dear.
Heck?
That's weird.
Cool. Okay. I don't know why that popped up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, because I don't even have the spell pulled up. So, anyway, that's it. Abdel, it's your turn. Constitution saving throw, please.
Yes, sir. For a 2 for 15.
Cool. Wisdom saving throw, please.
Yes, sir. For a 10.
Jesus
You
Christ.
are driven mad as well.
We'll do D10.
D10.
D12 or
D10.
Yeah.
9 is... I just had the table pulled up too.
Acting normal.
You can act and move normally.
Hey! Reckless. Damn.
I think that hits.
I would hope so.
Damn.
Get him, Abdel.
At least I can roll high on attacks. Jesus.
You are able, with your 2 attacks, are able to slash, cut the vine that is holding you. However, you are 20 feet in the air.
I don't care.
So
I'll take the fall damage.
You take a thundering fall.
The bigger the fall.
As you
It's half,
take
so
4 points of impact damage.
Okay. Wisdom save on the end of my turn, correct?
Yes. I had to think.
Oh?
Hey, you still fit.
Damn it.
I'm kidding, you passed.
Wow.
Okay. I'm no longer frightened. That's one of the effects I have on me. So Grayax is 20 feet up, correct?
He is 20 feet up as well, yes.
Grayax, you're by yourself. Good luck. Kill the tree.
I can't see.
The what did it do? I know. Let's see. So you would have dropped about. Actually, been about right there. So bam, you impact there. Cool. This thing is 30 feet in the air. It will come down 20 feet and attack at you again, Abdel.
Please take me with you.
Right. So
That's
let's
advantage
see.
on all its attacks too.
I know.
With you.
Please, I can't hit you if you're 30 feet up in the air. I have a lot of health left.
Okay, so that's 1.
I don't.
That's 2.
2, 3, 4.
That's a
Wow.
miss.
With advantages.
And the 4th attack will be.
Doesn't it have? Does it have anything like where its 4th attack is like it can't be used if it's grappling somebody?
Nope.
Okay.
Anyways,
he's
I'm
holding
rolling
Grey
damage
Axe.
on the last one because I'm going to use Stone Endurance on it.
Do what now?
I'm going to use Stone Endurance on the last attack that you just rolled.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and. Damn it! I shouldn't have done it that way. That's fine. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and roll the damage for the last one now because it's already gonna do crit
it's
damage. So wait. There we go.
Okay.
So then,
So I took 8. Wait a second. That was the crit, or
yeah, that was the crit damage. Yeah.
okay? I take no damage from it then.
So
I subtract
1 and 2, and you're good.
I'm okay with it.
Yep, and it goes back up into the air another 10 feet. See, 20, 10, yeah, 10 feet. So it is 20 feet off the ground. Osric, you're no longer restrained.
Okay. Osric sees that this thing has flown up into the air. He's going to ready an action. He's going to cast a spell once Henry the Owl moves within range of Genmare. So Henry the Owl flies over and alights on Genmare's chest. And Osric will cast... What?
He's on fire. You said you alight him.
Oh, yes. Yes. Henry the Owl lands, and Osric will cast Inferno on Genmare through...
Awesome. Hey, I love
through
it.
the talons.
No,
I'm going to cast... I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level on Genmare.
It gets counterspell.
Does it?
No.
He's dead.
Okay, here comes the healing.
Wow.
I'll believe anything at this point, damn it.
I was like, what a low blow to counterspell
right.
a heal to on a dying character.
Another bird flies in. And counter crows.
I just remember, this isn't necessarily a tree. It is an eldritch entity. So
that was summoned.
Yeah. So I mean, anything is possible for whatever this thing can do.
I mean, it's a flying tree.
The bird flies in and uses his reaction to channel the spell that I cast.
Cool.
From my touch range all the way over to the bird's touch range, and Genmare is healed. And then the bird flies to the north, back into the trees to hide.
Okay.
And then Osric will pass his turn.
Awesome. Greyax, it's your turn.
Okay, what all do I need to roll?
All the things.
Yes.
It feels like it.
I know. Let me double check.
I've rolled every save but a strength save so far this fight. So
intelligence,
intelligence, and charisma. You haven't rolled either.
Oh, true.
Give me a
Uh,
performance
feels like
check.
Yeah. Give me a
bonk
Constitution
check, please.
saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. That's a fail.
All right. It really doesn't matter because you're under the effects
Already
of
under
confusion.
the effect?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me do it. Nope. Cool.
Doesn't move or take actions this turn.
Awesome. I'm useless.
Yep.
So,
It is your turn.
Grayax, do something!
Nurse stands up and he holds aloft his hand and casts the spell Banishment.
Oh god. Yes, please.
Hold on. That is, what is that, a charisma?
Yes.
Yeah.
Charisma.
Is it a charismatic tree?
Please.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
That's why I asked what kind of save it was.
Yep.
Because certain things weren't coded.
Understandable. My mistake.
Oh, damn it. Wrong thing.
Okay. Well, I guess I have my weapon. Spiritual weapon is still around.
True. You can move it closer to him.
Yeah. It'll move underneath him.
Yeah. The only thing that you could really move and attack this turn with your spiritual weapon would be the other patient.
You could
Yeah,
finish the last patient.
We'll do that.
It heals the tree now.
He doesn't
At
know
least then
that.
it's done.
I saw its wounds heal. How do I not know
I
that?
said he doesn't know that.
Oh, yeah, true. Well, insight he knows.
Hold on,
but
hold
he's
on.
Prone, so
I don't know why that was an advantage.
because you're prone.
Oh.
Hold on.
Yeah, I go still counted as prone.
Yeah, you're not prone. You are grappled, but you're not prone.
Grappled.
Roll again.
He's still grappled?
By the tree, yeah.
Is he up in the air?
Yeah.
We're in this roller coaster together.
Yeah.
Okay.
The tree never let go of him.
I'm beginning to think I'm glad I couldn't see what's going on.
Consider yourself lucky.
Hey, the last patient goes down.
The tree sprouts another head.
Oh, jeez.
Hydra tree.
The patient drops. You see his life essence kind of up towards the tree, and you just hear the tree. Of course, I'm saying tree because that's kind of what it looks like. It's really weird, goofy looking.
Shrubbery.
A shrubbery. It's like, yes, more souls. As this entity starts to glow. And
It speaks common.
Okay. Whose turn was that? That was Ginmer's. All right. So, Ginmer, at the end of your turn, or right at the end of your turn, rather. Everyone, you start to hear, like it almost sounds like it's, like you all have been in many battles and things with Ginmare and other divine warriors of sorts. You've seen like spiritual guardians cast, and how it's just they just constantly encircle an area, and you can kind of hear that wisping sound and everything. You kind of start to hear that, but instead of that familiar like wisping, moving sounds, you just hear screaming, wailing, and chanting, combined with the clash of thunder and unearthly screeches, kind of encirculating and kind of like going in waves all around this grove area. And I'll tell you what that does if it comes up. So, Lionel, it's your turn.
Not yet. It's not, but oh, there we go. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He's just going to continue.
Okay.
Hey.
All right.
That is it.
Abdel.
Con save.
Con save. Okay, wisdom
20.
save.
20 fails?
Oh, sorry. I was looking at the 7. No, you're good.
I was gonna say. I'm gonna attack again. Do I have to make another con save for the poisoned, or was that what that was for?
That's what that was for.
Okay.
So did he end the paralyze or the confusion spell with that?
No.
Yeah, but the poison
'Cause you were
condition would be off of me,
confused.
right? Yeah, I know, but
Yeah, no, that was for the poison part.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to get it removed off my
D10.
sheet before anything happens.
Oh.
That did not roll in there. There it is. Hey,
You
hey,
do
Gray X.
nothing.
Hey, buddy.
Cool.
Welcome to the fucking club, man.
Yeah, true. That's my turn.
Yep. It's this creature's turn now. What will it do?
I regret looking this up in the gifts.
Do what?
What?
I looked up tentacle in the gift to try and find like how I was feeling, and I
Oh,
immensely
why
regret
would you
it.
do that?
Did you find a way that you were feeling?
That was a horrible decision.
You were raised better than that.
Come on, bro.
It's a real.
That's a
orphan move.
certified bro moment.
He's gonna come over here. He's gonna attack the owl. What's its AC?
Okay.
The AC for the owl was pretty low. Hang on just a second. I do have that information.
Okay.
Never mind, I don't have that information. It's pretty low. It's like 13 or less.
Okay, sounds good. And let me guess, very low hit points.
Okay, armor class 11, hit points 1.
All right, owl's gone.
Well, actually, could you make your attack roll?
I did. I rolled a 15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Yep.
And then-
Poof. Owl's gone. It
Yep,
disappears
poof.
in a cloud of celestial fairy dust. As it gets sent back to the plane whence it came.
There you go. Cool. Osric, it's your turn. You saw your owl get eviscerated.
Henry, no. That bird owed me money.
Bitch better have my money.
So did the creature when this creature's flying around? Is everybody moving with it?
Yes, they're all within 10 feet of him.
Okay. So it's where it's at right now is where it's at?
Yeah.
Still? Okay. Osric will steady aim as a bonus action. He will take another shot.
Okay.
With Slayer's Prey still on. Here comes the attack. All right, and here comes DiMaggio.
Nice.
One vital strike, and Osric will pass his turn. He'll call back to Lionel. He'll say, "I can't tell if I'm dealing any damage or not." And that's it.
Okay. Okay.
Although I'm already under, so I guess it doesn't.
Yeah. D10. Yeah.
I don't do anything.
Yep.
Okay.
Again, Mayor.
Okay. I will cast inflict wounds at 3rd level. So that'll be, let's see. See if it hits. Nope, misses. Well, not a lot I can do.
All right. I mean, you could move.
He's grappled.
Yeah, I'm grappled.
No, he can move a spiritual weapon though.
True.
Well, yeah, I guess I could move that. Yeah, I just move it as close to the creature as I can.
So
30 feet, I think.
It's 20.
20.
Just 20? Okay.
So it's 10 feet away from it now.
Okay. That's it.
Okay. Lionel, give me a perception check. Okay. You were able to see Osric like yelling something back at you, but you were having a really hard time hearing or trying to like make sense of it with all the screaming, the wailing, and the loud noises going on.
All right. You will basically just ignore it, thinking it's some kind of
Go ahead.
banter from him. So yeah, he will once again try to
Banter from Ben? Never.
Ridiculous
arrows in the
banter of a child.
and pass his turn. And before he passes, he's just going to shout out, like, shoot until you run out of arrows. But he knows he's not going to be able to hear him anyway.
Hold on.
Do we get wisdom saves on every time we do the confusion spell? Unless you're doing something with Linnea currently.
No, you don't. Underneath where the tree, the creature is, you start to see a strange luminescent mist start to rise up out of the ground, spread out in a 20-foot radius.
Yeah, it can't be
crying out loud.
Constitution save. Abdel.
So is it under the confusion spell or is it a modified confusion spell?
It's effects similar to the confusion spell.
19.
So you got that going for you.
You're poisoned.
With a 19?
Yep. DC's 20.
Okay. I'll have to roll D10. The 9. So that's normal?
Yep. You act normal.
Nice.
Okay, well, reckless for to make it normal again, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 1.
Rip.
Natural
Wow.
2. That's it.
Cool. It's this creature's turn now. It's tired of you chopping at him, Abdel, so
God, man.
like nickel and dime you down, I guess.
It's like trying to beat up a rock.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like holding a stone in your hand and hitting it with your other hand, trying to break it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Good grief.
Okay. That's its turn. Osric.
All right, same pattern. Bonus action, steady aim. Here comes an attack with advantage. Is that 2-1?
Oh,
That's amazing.
Man.
However,
oh god.
Here is a very opportune
Lucky.
moment for Osric to exert his magical luck on the world as a half.
I was ready to
roll
say.
all ones.
Wow.
Now, will I re-roll this with advantage or just one more die?
I believe it's the way it works is you just re-roll the one die, isn't it?
I don't know. In a case like this where I'm rolling advantage and I get 2 1s, I don't know. I'll just roll one more, I guess. I don't know. I mean, how do you want to rule it?
Because it's what the halfling lucky trait.
Yeah.
Right?
When you roll a 1 on the d20, you can re-roll the die and must use the new roll. So the way advantage works is you roll 2 d20 and then you pick the one you want to use. So I guess I should just roll one more.
Yeah.
All right. It just wasn't meant to be this round. Osric will pass his turn.
Okay. Great.
Jesus Christ, 2 natural ones. Ugh. The fates are smirking at us today.
D10.
I don't do anything.
Good lord. Dude, you are having horrible luck tonight, man.
I feel like for Grey Axe, there's like one devil like way in the back watching this fight, like time to pay up.
Yeah, just
you know,
fucking smiting my shit.
Some dude from your past in hell, just like collecting his debts, sucking all the luck out of the air for you.
Again,
fuck.
Inflict wounds, level 3.
Hey, that's a hit.
There we go.
This is going to be 4d10 with the additional damage die. Do you want me to roll the damage and then just roll a 40 or a 1d10 separately?
Should be able to right click it once you have the damage pulled out. Yeah, and it'll add dice.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that little feature. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And you cast it at 3rd level? Because it'd actually be 5d10. Yeah.
Oh, okay. If you... Is there a button you can push to take dice away?
No, just roll a d10.
Yeah, just roll a d10.
Regular d10. Yeah, I guess that's easiest.
There we go.
28 damage total.
Nice.
Yep.
And the weapon creeps ever closer and swings.
Yep.
Kind of surprised this creature wasn't immune to necrotic.
I didn't know. I just thought I'd test it. It's one of the higher damage weapons I have.
Yeah. I'm just surprised is all.
Okay. Before you roll the damage.
Okay.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yes.
It's a spiritual weapon. I'm not really sure how to flavor this. I guess
if you want, one of the other players could flavor it for you.
Sure. Loco, how do you think that goes? Like from your perspective on the ground, what do you see?
You said it was underneath him before, right?
It was. It came up from underneath.
I would say that it goes straight up, right up underneath the root system, and that's most vulnerable part of it. And it just takes it out from there.
All right, you see this this like spiked type like gauntlet, if you will, the symbol of his weapon, kind of just make its way up through this tree as you see this tree start to crack. And you start to see divine light and radiant energy start to spew out of the cracks as this thing just erupts in a radiant light.
And then we plummet.
And then you all drop.
And Abdel dies. Oh no,
absolutely not. I would have to take a lot of fault.
I might get knocked out by the fall.
Falls right on his neck.
Abdel, you take 5 damage. The rest of you all take 10.
That was, that was close.
Do I finally get an action?
Yeah, kinda ish. Now I'll say, sure.
Start kicking the tree.
I took 166 points of damage that fight, if you were wondering.
Oh my
Amazing.
gosh.
Well, I was gonna cast Lesser Restoration in hopes that it cures my blindness.
That's the worst part. It all looked so cool, and Grax didn't get to see it.
Grax didn't even see anything, and then he just started
I just saw
plummeting.
black, and then I just hit the ground.
All right, you all kind of gather up, and as the aberration finishes twitching, it emits a painfully loud, high-pitched frequency that crackles throughout the drizzling sky. The static hiss grows in volume until it envelops you in a maddening cacophony. In one terrifying moment, you realize that repulsive tone no longer originates from the twisted, lifeless form before you. No, that the beast called out is now being answered by large, dark shapes shambling through the surrounding woods. In horror, you see 1, then 2, then 6, then finally more than a dozen of these horrors, even larger than the one you've just destroyed, sway and writhe at the edge of your vision. They wail in a chorus of madness as they shamble forward.
Oh, fuck.
Night, one and all. Lionel is going back to Mastica.
I'm coming with you.
Cool. I need you all to roll initiative again.
What?
For some reason, was there any like mean time in this happening or no?
Not much, no.
Can we take a short rest first?
Like at least 6 seconds, or?
Oh yeah, I mean there's 6 seconds, but not like a substantial amount of time. Like this
enough
happened
for me to
as
make-
it died.
Enough for me to make a con save is what I'm trying to ask.
Con save for what?
I'm poisoned.
You're no longer grappled by the thing. It's dead.
Does the poison go away after I'm done being grappled?
For the love of God, just roll your fucking initiative.
I already did.
What is wrong with you?
Jeez.
I already did.
All right. Osric. The forms continue writhing as their shapes fade and become translucent, finally disappearing altogether, leaving you alone in the grove, which has now fallen silent. Silent, but for the persistent ringing in your ears, a ringing which you fear may never leave you.
Tinnitus. Nice.
Do I get VA for that?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Osric will wheel around, try to make eye contact with Lionel, just to make sure he's still there, still alive. Do I see him?
Oh yeah, everybody's still alive. You all will notice that now the grove is no longer as mangled and twisted as it once was. A lot of the glowing glyphs and wards that you had seen on the trees are faded now.
I'm gonna run over to the group and start assessing battle damage.
Does laceration cure this blindness, Jeff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you just want us to tell you what things are looking like, Osric, or do you want to inspect?
Well, I think I guess we're not really an initiative, right?
No.
Are you just messing with us? Okay. Yeah, Osric's just generally just checking on everybody. He's going back and forth, like just trying to assess the wounds. He's also checking the. He goes actually, yeah. He as soon as he sees that you guys are more or less okay.
Actually, Genmary's uniform is like soaked in blood, and his knees are broken in half, and the bones are poking out
Oh, fuck.
from where he fell on the ground. He has 4 HP.
Put some dirt in it, and Osric runs away. No, he will go ahead and cast Cure Wounds in a 2nd level slot. Give you back some hit points there. Unfortunately, that sets your bones in wrong, so you're kind of stuck with busted.
You walk
bones.
like a bird now. No, you walk like a bird.
You walk backwards like that alien movie. Osric will run up to the caster. He's gonna run up to the caster that he shot. He's gonna inspect the body.
I'm taking a short rest.
I'm gonna kneel down and recall the inn back in Waterdeep.
Yeah, right.
To Everfall.
I'll come with you.
Yeah, you go up to him and inspect him. He looks like a dead body on the ground.
Okay. Does he have any belongings or any trinkets or paperwork? Letters?
None that you can really see, other than some parchment that now appears to have been the central areas seem to have been burned out.
Okay.
Lionel, give me a perception check. Good enough. You hear something moving about behind you.
He will whip
trees.
around with the bow drawn, aiming at the sound.
You see what looks like one of the patients that you had seen when you first entered the asylum or the sanitarium area once you all passed through the lobby.
Okay.
Walking around, seemingly like in a state of confusion.
You there! Stop where you are, or I will shoot.
Kind of. He holds his hands up. He's like, "Why would you shoot me?
Come
I didn't
this
do anything.
way. Come this way.
But you told me not to move or you'll shoot."
I may shoot you anyway, so get over here.
Then why would I move?
I like this, man. This is obviously the Duke.
Yes, this is the Duke. Shoot him!
Please, come this way. I will not shoot you for the moment.
But if you're going to shoot me later, then why would I still walk over towards you?
Because you don't want to be shot now.
But if you're going to shoot me, I'd rather go ahead and get it over with now.
Exactly. Now get over here. Does your dog bite?
I don't have a dog.
Good. Then he will not bite. Get over here, you idiot.
I'm very confused.
I'm trying to help you.
Then why would you shoot somebody you're trying to help?
Because I do not know who you are.
So do you just greet everybody you don't know by shooting them?
Yes.
It is about to happen, yes.
Actually, yeah, but I'd use fire, though.
Lena will walk over to him. Look, I am not going to hurt you. Come, we are a party of 5 here in the middle of the grove. Come here, we will attend to your wounds.
Oh, thank you. I don't think I'm injured. I'm not entirely sure.
Come. This way, right out here. He'll lead him out to at least the edge of the grove here.
What's your name?
Where are you at? You are not here. Go away.
I don't know what my name is. I can't recall.
Duke?
Duke?
You know what? I'm just gonna say you're the Duke. Come back with us.
Are there any others wandering around the forest?
You're the first ones that I saw.
Very good. Let's take this man back to the asylum.
Very well. You all take this unknown person back to the asylum or the sanitarium. And already you can start to see that the atmosphere, if you will, of the area has already started to improve. You to kind of speed things up here, you pass along all the information and detail what all events have transpired and what happened with the nurse and the doctor, kind of letting them know that Deokar was essentially kind of partly behind all of the happenings, and that it was eldritch natures, all this kind of stuff. And then you all go to leave. You are able to summon the king, or at least his magister, and
Big Daddy.
Yeah, that one. And they return.
Someone say my name.
Immediately the king is like, "Oh, Berard, it's so good to see that you are in one piece. You are still alive. What all happened there?" And you can tell the Duke is kind of visibly like, "I don't know who the fuck this guy is." But anyway, like that part aside, you relay the events of what transpired, what happened, and the king and the magister are both almost like taken aback as to like the level of evil inclination that had took over that place, and a creature of eldritch origin had spread madness throughout the sanitarium.
Yeah.
He is lead investigator. That is what happened.
Osric is
dead.
Clearly annoyed by Abdel saying that.
Lena gets a toothy grin.
Just for you, Lena.
Yeah. And as you're having this conversation with the king, the shadowy shapes that you had witnessed at the grove still sometimes reappear in the corner of your eye, and you can hear that faint sound. It's lessened, but it seems to always be in the background of things that you hear as you're talking with the king. And that is where we're gonna wrap it up for this time.
Well, that's not terrifying.
Just
wait, we hear the screamings.
It just stokes Osric's paranoia so much further.
Yeah,
I know.
He's gonna be
I love it so
schizophrenic.
much.
Jesus,
This little
Osric
dude
already
is gonna
seems-
explode.
I was about to say he already seems to be on his last few threats, building weapons out of other people's hair and stuff.
Absolutely.
He can't do that with me.
This is like darkest timeline, Osric.
You have a beard.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. He makes it out of your Spider-Man mask. Anyway.
No.
Again, guys, it was a lot of fun revisiting these characters and putting you through this Eldritch Hell that you've gone through. It was fun. Gotta say thanks to Total Party Kill Games for writing and publishing this adventure, and also being one of our sponsors. Same with the Druid's Den, your place for apothecary and magical needs. It's Mama Prater's business. She has to put up with Duff, who is a huge Andrew McCarthy fan. So by all means, go
Who's
help her
that?
out. Yeah, I don't know either. Also, newer-ish programming. We have the Artist Collective normally on Wednesday nights on YouTube. That's Duff and a bunch of artists on the internet that either have YouTube channels or Twitch streams running Lost Minds of Fandelver. We also have, I believe, tomorrow night is the second session for Out in the Black. It is the Serenity RPG game, also on our YouTube channel, being run by Mech45. We also have podcasts. We have Loco's podcast game, Rhyme of the Frost Maiden, available wherever the hell you get your podcast crap from. I can't list all of them. But
Spotify.
Spotify, Apple, whatever. You know where to get podcasts if you listen to podcasts. So go for it. Yeah, that being said, guys, anything you all want to add?
No.
I loved it. I thought it was a really cool adventure, and it really pushed the storyline for the Dragon Heist crew in an awesome direction. And now I can say that it's canon. That this answers the question that we asked each other. I feel like this is canon. Like, this is something that really happened in the Yawning Portal universe, too, now.
We got money now.
And
Yeah, you got money. But, yeah, anyway, guys, again, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, so after this, we'll be returning to the actual Yawning Portal campaign. So, woohoo!
Yeah.
With new faces too, or characters, I should say.
Rootin' tootin'.
Some
Well,
new
not
characters.
new, different
Some new.
characters.
Me and Ben, but
Yeah. Yeah, guys, it's been a lot of fun. Got to say, Lord Gosimba and Nightheart, thanks for the raids and all the follows. We appreciate everybody coming to check this stuff out. Yeah, check out Out in the Black tomorrow over on our YouTube channel, and Saturday check out Rise Against the Slave Lords. I believe they're playing. I could be wrong. No, I think it's the 20th. They might not be playing. So yeah, they should be playing this Saturday. Go check them out. We have a whole bunch of programming. You can find that out on our schedule page if you want to know more. There's our schedule. So that being said, again, guys, thank you. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to go ahead and hit the outro so I can go pee again. So bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night.
Yeah.
have a good night.
See you next week.